Look at me like an idiot, muting my mic. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the INSOMNIACS podcast. Joined by my fellow co-host, COOLHAND Cruz.
I'm just gonna say because you muted your mic. Every show, every show, every fucking show never fails.
And
What's going on,
C.
everybody?
Halasan. What up, C.
I'm not,
Hala?
I'm not, I'm not sure if you know this, but you had an echo earlier.
Oh, I know. But yeah, guys, been a crazy day in gaming news. We're definitely gonna jump into it in a minute. Obviously, talk about the Steam Deck, aka the Switch Killer. We're gonna be talking about the new Jim Ryan interview, Netflix entering gaming, FIFA and their crazy ass anti-consumer shit. We're gonna get into it, but
Yeah.
before we do, Coolhand, what's been new with you, man? It's another week, another no show on the streaming. What's popping?
Oh man, I'm tired, bro. Work has been actually wearing my ass out. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow night, I am back because I am Spartacus. I will be streaming tomorrow, and you can take that shit to the bank.
This is like week 5 or 6. He's been telling us every week he's in the stream, so
You
I'll
goddamn-
I'll see. I'm not putting my money on it, but we'll see what happens.
Man, I'm just trying to get to 50. I'm at 25, and I'm just like I'm
You're not
peaking at
streaming enough. Come on, man.
I know.
We got to get this man to 50, but he needs to fucking stream so we can do it. What about you, Dollar Sign? What's good with you, man?
Man, I found that like kick back into like the story driven narrative games. Like I beat a Plague Tale and I was like, damn, I just love these kind of games. So like I'm ready to start playing more like story games.
Did you
I
get
was-
Did you get the platinum?
Yeah, I platinumed it. I
Nice.
could I platinumed right away. It's a very easy platinum because like once you beat the game, you get chapter select and it tells you like, oh, you're missing this collectible and that collectible, and you actually you know how PlayStation has those hints now?
Yeah.
The hints tell you where the collectibles are. So like all you gotta
Oh, that's
do
sweet.
is like do chapter select that says you're missing this collectible, look at the hint, and then bam. And like literally I platinumed it. Like it took me probably like 8 hours to beat the game and then an extra like two hours to platinum it.
Nice.
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 I just want
And
to.
it was the story is great. So like I was gonna play God of War again because I'm just really want to play a narrative driven game, but I think I might pick up Senua's Hellblade.
Do you think it's
Ooh.
because we're getting older and we don't have as much time to play with friends that these are just they work? Because like for me, I've been playing through Final Fantasy VII Remake again, and it's like
Yeah, no, but you've never been a multiplayer guy to begin with.
no. I mean, I had my stint with Destiny and Call of Duty Modern
but
Warfare 2,
that's
but
like one game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and you barely touched Modern Warfare.
I'm the
And
type of guy who plays the campaign on Call of Duty before I touch multiplayer at all. Like, I just how I've always been. And then when they started taking out the campaign, I was like, this is weird. I kind of fuck
Yeah,
with the campaigns.
and now the campaigns are like short and just the writing is not nearly as good. Like they just put all their money and resources into the multiplayer.
Yeah, I just want to hold on. I want to test out the sound effect just because I know this is gonna come up in the future, so I want to just test it out now.
Stop the cap.
All right, cool. Stop the cap. On another note, yeah, like you were saying, I don't know. There's something about story, narrative-driven games that, I feel like a lot of people, especially nowadays, kind of shit on a little bit. Like, oh, the whole what do they say, the template? But I mean, shit. And Sony's doubling down on those type of games. Of course, we know that they're expanding on their multiplayer palette, which is not the greatest at the moment. But shit's coming. Shit's coming.
Have you played Senua's Hellblade?
I have not.
That's supposed to be a really good narrative driven game. So I was like looking for like other games like a Plague Tale, and one that kept coming up was like Senua's Hellblade. So I gotta I want to check it out.
Word. Yo, shout out to you, Cyber Dragon in the chat. We see you, brother. Thanks for pulling up on us. Well, I guess let's just hop right into it. Let's talk about this fucking Steam Deck. I mean, wow. This was definitely a pleasant surprise that we got today. Um, uh, yeah, so I'll go ahead and put it on the screen now. So it looks like so there's three price tiers, and it looks like the higher you go up, the faster your memory is, and you get some little extras where the memory on the 64 gigabyte is different type. Is eMMC versus your now standard NVMe SSD. So I mean, it's a great price point to get in. Me personally, I'd probably go for the second or third. But yeah, I mean, this is something you can play pretty much any PC game on or anything on Steam. This really gives. It's a PC. This is definitely giving the Switch a run for its money. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail, but it's like probably. I mean, the only thing you're missing is the Nintendo games, which there's always the Switch for that. Yeah, so I'll just for shits and giggles, I'll go ahead and throw the Switch OLED specs on. Yeah, I mean, same resolution. Get a better screen, pretty similar dimensions. Actually, exactly same dimensions. Just a better screen versus a little taste of the future with this Steam Deck. I'm gonna go ahead and play this loop on. What do you guys think about the ergonomics? Because that's something that I'm seeing a lot of like Nintendo fans online kind of are giving it shit for. You can see it has like 4 paddles in the back. You got your R1 R2s, your L1 L2s. This thing looks fucking cool, man. It's a little wider than I'd like, but it looks cool. What do you guys think about the ergonomics though? Like how the buttons are placed and stuff. Yeah. $50 more than a Switch OLED. You can get this. For the base one. Well, dollar sign. No, I know you read into this a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about what this thing is running? What makes it capable of handling, these Steam games internally? We do know the battery life is around 3 hours, so it's not the greatest, kind of like the Switch. But I mean, shit. Would you rather play this or? Yeah.
GPU. But yeah, this thing is all AMD. The CPU is Zen 2, 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz, 4 cores, 8 threads. GPU is RDNA 8, RDNA 2, so full RDNA 2, which means you get AMD's ray tracing, you get AMD's super resolution. RAM 16 gigabytes. Like Nova said, the price tier is basically just by storage, and each storage is a bit faster than the other storage. So like for $400, you get the 64 gigabyte, which is honestly not enough. Like you should not get the base version, but it does have an SD slot and an extra one of the super speed micro SD slots, so you can play games off the SD. So you can plug plug in your micro SD into your regular PC, download your games, and then just plop it into your Steam Deck, and then it's all there. And you can play it straight off the SD. I mean, this thing is nuts. Like, you know, you say you can't play Switch games, but it's the PC. Why can't you play Switch games? Just download the Switch emulator.
That's facts. And I can't wait to see someone do that too. That's going to be really funny. Yeah, I mean, this kind of came from left field. No, I don't think anyone was expecting this. I mean, we haven't heard about this, so this was a really well guarded secret.
Yeah, because like what Valve had just got. They had lost a lawsuit like late last year that I thought was a really big thing, in terms of copyrights for the design of a control, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, it was a controller, but they discontinued that controller because of the lawsuit. And supposedly it wasn't a very good controller.
But I'm saying the lawsuit, I thought for me, from at least from where I'm standing, was probably a big hit financially or credibly for them. So, for them to come out with something like this, definitely.
Well, they have some hits with their hardware too. Let's not forget the Valve Index. It's one of the most popular VR headsets right now, and the Valve Index controllers are the most popular VR controllers right now.
Damn. Okay. See. Yeah.
And, they have Steam, so Steam, they're making a bank off Steam. And, they have arguably the only AAA VR game with Half-Life Alyx.
That's true. Something I'm still trying to freaking play. And you need I know that isn't compatible with a certain version of the Oculus. I think it's the one that's not tethered, right?
Yeah, I think you have to tether it if you want to play it.
Yeah, so you definitely need some GPU horsepower behind that. But yeah, I mean, this is cool. What
Mortal Black saying he can't hear us. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I fixed it. It was your volume was low for a little bit. Now my question is for people who were thinking about getting into PC gaming, and specifically playing games on Steam and such. Do you think people might say, you know what, fuck building a PC, maybe I can play on this, and I don't know, let's say jerry rig, like via USB-C to a monitor or something like that. Do you see this becoming kind of like a stopgap in between, for people who are on the fence of getting a PC based on the price point?
Yeah, definitely because of the price point. Because like for that price point, you can build a middle to low tier gaming PC for $800 or $600. That's what you're gonna get. Or you could have a handheld PC for that price. With this custom, chip architecture.
I want to give a shout out to Guapzilla in the chat. Shout out to Guap. We haven't seen you in a while. Also, Captain Crunch, Glinzer, Immortal Black. Thanks for rocking out with us. Guapzilla, he doesn't agree. He's like, hey, Blood and Truth, AAA as well. Skyrim VR, AAA. Doom VR, VFR, AAA.
I mean, I need.
He has a point there. Skyrim VR technically is a,
I don't know about Skyrim VR. That's a port of an old ass game. I don't consider that. Like, is that
which is a AAA game?
Did they spend the amount of money? Like, just think about AAA games, right? Think about God of War, GTA, any big budget game. Is that what it costs to port these games to VR?
Definitely not. I mean, I see what you're saying, but they still had to develop the whole entire game to be compatible with, like, virtual hands and shit like that, enabling some shit you can't do on console. And I saw an interesting point in the chat. Yeah, Captain Crunchy said this would be my gateway to PC. I think this is going to be a lot of people's gateway to PC.
That might be my gateway to PC too. Like there's definitely some better applications for it. Like,
and it's for people who already own a PC. Because I own a PC. I have a massive Steam library already. So like, if I buy this, I don't have to buy games for it. Like I'm already buying games for it today.
Imagine being able to download Game Pass on this handheld. I don't have to buy an Xbox. I can I don't. I mean, I'm just speaking facts on that
and
point,
and
right?
that might be something we see.
Yeah, I mean, it can out of the box. It runs Linux OS, but it says that you can put Windows on it. I'm sure the reason they went with Linux just because it's a lot more lightweight than Windows, and it does have it is a handheld device, so it is limited in processing power. So you want to maximize that budget on games, not the operating system. So that's why they went with Linux. And
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they have Game Pass on Linux.
No.
I'm
You'd
not
have to.
sure, but I think this thing's gonna be hacked as soon as people get their hands on this. This thing's gonna
I think
be
that's
hacked.
that's what it's designed for. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely.
I think that is the point. Like, I don't think they went in with this and was like, we're gonna just strictly keep it to what it is. No, Valve is very user friendly from what I've seen. So
Yep, and money hungry.
exactly. Also, you know what I'm saying? Help your boy get to 50 followers on Twitch. Ya tu sabe. Support the homie. Link dropping. Drop a link in the yacht. Yeah, Guapzilla saying, no need to hack. It's what the devs want. Check the interview. So I'll take a look at that, man. Get my facts straight for that.
Yeah, I mean Linux is an open source operating system, so it's very modifiable.
Mm.
Can you guys hear me? No audio. Say something, guys.
What up, 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 what up?
Yo, 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 yo.
Man,
If y'all can hear me now, come on, Insomniac's podcast. We gotta have
it's a
some
bootleg ass
some
podcast.
technical.
It's a bootleg ass podcast run by the most bootleg ass producer in the motherfucking
I vote
community.
C dollar sign takes this podcast over again. Can y'all hear me? We back on audio. We good? If you guys can hear me now, I wanted to ask you guys, which one of these price points looks the most attractive to you? What would you personally get?
I don't know.
All right, shit is back.
Man, get y'all shit together. Thank you, Immortal Black. You're goddamn right. Fuck, we make money. Fuck this.
Hey.
Act like we've been here
Just
before.
blame Nova. Blame
No,
Nova. I
blame
don't know what this guy does to prepare for the show.
He has a $3,000 PC and he's on a $2 fucking budget. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Nah, don't.
Yeah.
Every show. Oh God.
Don't put this on the Insomniacs.
Nah, put that on Nova. That's Nova. That dumbass N right there in the bottom corner that hasn't had a copyright strike yet.
I
Fuck.
own that shit. Get out of here.
I'm surprised you haven't got a copyright strike from Nintendo.
No. It's if you show like any
Nintendo,
anything past a 3-second clip of a game, then they're gonna fuck you.
Get him, Nintendo. Destroy him.
But
welcome to the $2 show, the Insomniacs podcast.
Immortal Black is asking, did you host a crap gamer review podcast? I mean, I did host the M&C show for a good amount of time until they took a hiatus. So, yeah, I mean, if that ever comes back, might be producing that again. But yeah, Mooch and Crap, definitely homies. We've had them on before. If you go back, I want to say like close to end of last year, we had them on. Last week we had Porter Rock and J-Dub on. 2 weeks before that, we had Optimus Code and King Thrash on. So, yeah, we'll be getting some more people on. Let us know who y'all want on. But yeah, ultimately, this thing is taking a shit on the Switch. Do you guys think that this is going to pressure Nintendo to drop a Switch Pro earlier? Or do you think
No.
Nintendo's
No.
just indifferent?
No.
Whatever. Yeah, people are still going to
Yeah.
buy it.
Nintendo does their own thing.
Yeah, they march to the beat of their own fucking drum. They don't care, you know. And the price point, I mean,
Zambella was good, bro.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't like it. Like it's like I would say the mid tier and the high end is kind of wild to me. You know, I'm 649. That's a
But for
more
what
than-
you're getting, though, I
more
mean,
than-
shit.
shit.
I mean, yeah. But
I don't
there's nothing
know.
like this, man. There's nothing like this on the market right now.
I get you, but it's how long is I need to know how long is the battery life? You know what I'm saying? Like if I am playing a taxing game on Steam,
If it's a taxing game, it's 2 to 4 hours. If it's like
Man,
not a taxing game, it's more like 8 hours.
Yo,
649 for 649, that's two hours is not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna be playing? You gonna be playing GTA?
I would love, yeah, fuck yeah, I would love to play GTA on the goddamn on a handheld.
Captain Crunch says the last PC game I played was Where in the World was Carmen Sandiego on the Apple IIc. Damn. Yo, the last game I played on PC was Pajama Sam and Sly Fox. And if y'all know what that is, then y'all know what's good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pajama Sam.
I remember Where in the World is Carmen San Diego.
Dog, that game was fire. Yo, what happened with PC point and click games? I just want to just get off topic for a second. What the fuck happened with PC point and click games? Because
They fucking died because the world grew up. So back to the topics.
oh man,
Yeah, they still make those kind of games.
They don't do, but it's such a minute. It's such a little. It's just a small community.
They don't even call those games anymore. They're called like interactive media.
damn. Yo, put respect on Flash games. Put respect on Flash games. All right.
No, until they bring back mini clip, I will never.
Yeah, if you want your computer to get AIDS, then it'll definitely
Bring back mini clip.
bring back newgrounds.com. A lot of you
Is that
sickos know what I'm
what-
talking about too.
I think that website's still up. I'm pretty sure.
Newgrounds, it probably is.
Yeah, it's still up. It's still up.
But shout out to you sickos who are on Newgrounds at between ages 10 to 13. I know who you are. I see you on the chat.
There was some wild ass games on Newgrounds.
Yo. Alien Hominid, right? Which later
Alien
became a
Alien
console
Hominid
game.
was
Yeah. I was actually playing it on the PS3. Yo, shout out to Black Rain in the chat. Thanks for pulling up, bro. Yeah. You know what? Just a final statement on the Steam Deck. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my Stream Deck right now, getting it fucking confused. I think this is going to do good. With chip shortages, I fully expect this to be sold out for a while, and I 100% seeing this as like the new hot thing that everyone's trying to get their hands on and people are botting. I'm botting? Oh, I can't tell. But yeah. So let's switch topics because, you know, COOLHAND, I'm going to let you breathe. You know what I'm saying? After that one debate I don't want to bring up again, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring you back from the dead, man, because let's talk about this bullshit right here. So FIFA 22's next-gen upgrade, only available with the $100 Ultimate Edition. I mean, does it get more anti-consumer than this? Let's talk about it.
It's dumb. You know where I stand on this. I don't think this even needs a long debate. This is dumb. Everyone should be mad about this. But FIFA's been at the forefront of anti-consumerism.
No, they're
for a
at the
long
forefront of multi-transactions. They were actually FIFA
They
Teams
are-
was the
therefore-
first game to really be successful with microtransactions. outside, of course, of GTA, which brings
Because they
in
made
millions of dollars.
They made it basically. They made it like stringent on the fact that like you're
Loot boxes.
online,
Loot
like
boxes.
you being able to survive online is determined by how much money you spend on the fucking game, and that's dumb.
Yeah, because you could spend racks on FIFA and get the best players, the best combination. So it is
Yeah,
pay to win,
so-
100%. So seeing this is not surprising, but it's like, yo, you have to be a real hardcore FIFA fan to justify paying $100 Ultimate Edition if you already own a next gen console. That's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. It's stupid. Dallas-san, any takes on this?
No, I don't like FIFA. I've never been into it. Not much of a soccer fan, so nothing I ever got into.
Yeah, we're
But
Dominican.
it's
We play
EA,
baseball.
so what do you expect?
Yeah, it just
No, baseball is too boring. I like some basketball.
see Immortal Black brought
Ball
up a good
is
point.
life. Life is ball.
No one's covering this, and I'm surprised there's no fucking outrage over this. Like, especially with the whole Ghost Tsushima thing, which we're gonna get into. Raise COOLHAND from the dead. Yeah, this is just blows my fucking mind. Like $100 paywall, and of course that includes the game as well. But so even if you're saying like, all right, so basically you're paying $70 for the base game, and you're paying an additional $30 for a next gen upgrade. That shit is wild, and the fact that no one's saying shit about that's what's kind of scary to me. You know what I'm saying? But of course, not to shit on anyone who plays FIFA, but I would say most of the people who play FIFA are casual gamers or really into just sports games. So, but yeah, I'm a little shocked. There's not more outrage about this, and people aren't like, yo, what the fuck? We can't let this become like a standard. And not that I think it will be a standard. It just, I don't know. It just like if they're doing this now, no one's saying shit. They're definitely gonna do this for the next FIFA and the next one, and then fucking 2Ks and like shit. $100 for the next 2K, PS5 and Xbox Series X edition. Like, I don't know. This pisses me off. Glinzer says EA Evil Arts strikes again. Facts, man. This is some wild shit. But yeah, this fuck FIFA. Let's move on to the next topic before I smash my 2080 into oblivion. Let's talk about Netflix hopping into the gaming realm. This is interesting. So this is semi-official. So Netflix has come out to several media outlets, but the official announcement's still yet to come, which with that being said, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty soon. Yeah,
That's pretty credible sources, right? It's like Polygon and Verge are reporting on it.
Yeah. So I wonder what is this? Is this going to be just like Redbox from your TV essentially? Like what's your peripheral? Can you choose an
Here's my
Xbox
thing.
controller or
My question
PlayStation
is-
controller? Like how's this going to work?
Well, here's my question. We all know Microsoft has been trying to, get to a point where they can stream games via TVs.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a deal in the works? Mind you, they had the deal going in the background with Discord that no one knew about until it was, getting to the point of being finalized.
Which fell through. That deal fell through.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you think this is Microsoft's opening to begin to start being able to stream, to get to that billion player platform?
Well, if there was a Netflix
I feel like
Microsoft
this is-
collab, that would be ground shaking. I think that would be.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like that's
Well,
honestly a logical choice for me, right? Like if I think, oh, Netflix streaming, games, I think, wow, Game Pass would thrive on this.
Yeah, but that's not what they're trying to do. They want to compete with xCloud. They're not trying to integrate with xCloud. Like they want to beat Xbox with what they're doing.
Yeah, and they already have a huge user base already just to start off. Hey, just buy an Xbox controller, buy a net. That's what I'm saying. Do you think Netflix would go as far as like doing their own controller?
I don't think so. I think, grab your compatible DualShock 4 or Xbox controller
Connect via
and connect
Bluetooth.
to your, yeah, just like how PS Now works.
Okay.
But yeah, this is direct competition, and it's gonna be free according to the rumors. It's gonna be free for all Netflix owners. So it's like just like how XCloud is beta and it's free with Game Pass. It's gonna be like the same thing, but with Netflix.
So this is at no extra cost to my subscription.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, but the thing is, like, what games are they going to come out with? Are they going to come out with like AAA RPGs? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what the what the cap is for them to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
this
I
going to
mean,
be
it's streaming,
1080p? Like, what is
It's-
this going to be? Latency
I mean-
numbers. Go ahead.
Netflix already streams, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos at 4K. So I'm pretty sure they can do, 1080p or 4K gaming. And it's streaming, so it's not going to be simple games. Since they have a server actually running these games, it's going to be balls to the walls graphic settings.
Yeah. No, I agree. I could see them going with like, hey, your standard Netflix plan gives you, games with 1080, but chalk it up to this new $20 plan and supports 4K gaming. You get access to the servers that have the higher bandwidth to pump out 4K. But Captain Crunch has a great point, saying that all these companies want a storefront to sell like an app, right? So, and here's a good point, man. 'Cause I could totally see like FIFA. Let's say we just talked about that. FIFA being available on Netflix, available on Stadia, available on, Game Pass, and just have it where it's like, like certain multiplats that they want to get out to everyone they're just available everywhere. You can play them on Samsung TVs via the Samsung store or some shit like that. Like, because Samsung has their own thing with gaming. So, yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it yet until they actually announce it. We know the details, but this could be a major shift because you have to think about like Stadia or Amazon Luna. They kind of had to build up from the bottom, whereas Netflix already has that user base. They can you just hop on Netflix one day after an update, and you're just like, oh shit, I can play games now. Like what the fuck? So yeah, this could potentially be pretty huge.
Not potentially. I mean, Netflix. When you think of streaming television shows and the blockbuster killer, the network television killer, if you will, or the cable killer, if you will.
Yeah.
It's Netflix. Netflix thrives in that space. They change the dynamic on how viewing content is perceived at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You no longer need a TV. All you need is a laptop, a phone, something. Just some sort of device that has a screen on it.
Yeah, and Disney's losing market share to Disney Plus, so they want to make a big move.
Yeah. So
this could be it.
Exactly, and this is something new that they can do right now. Again, this is Netflix innovating, even though Amazon has done it first. This is depending on the type of games that they're going to be able to pump out with their streaming service. Now, am I going to be able to do this on the TV as opposed to the laptop? Is it going to run better on the TV? Is it going to run better on the laptop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm concerned more about like latency and shit like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I got to figure out as well. And I also want to, I want to know if it's going to be like, how is it going to be like 80% indies, 20% like actually like big budget games? Like I wonder what they're going to focus on. Are they going to have their own original IPs? What kind of studios are they going to work with? Are they going to try and do things that are they going to try and do a cross promotion with the game and content that's coming out on their platform? Like there's so many things that they can go with this.
That's I mean it's Netflix, so I'm sure they're going to take the same route they did with their TV and movies, where at first they're just going to throw the bag at companies so they can put their games on their platform, and if it's working, if they're making money from it, then they're going to be like, oh shit, we should start making their own stuff.
Yeah, and which will take a long time to build out.
Yeah, it takes
years,
3 to 5 years to make a game.
Yeah, or like build up studios and purchase and acquire. I mean, it's totally possible. My biggest question, and Kuan, you brought up a lot of great points there, is are we gonna see this kind of like how you know not original Netflix content is presented, whereas hey, this game's gonna be on Netflix for the next 6 months and then it's gone, you know? Because I would have to imagine if they're hosting games on their shit, they're paying for access, and they're gonna be like, all right, we're giving y'all this game for a couple months, or let's say they even go as far as having a game on their first or day one, you know, for like a limited period of time. I'm more interested in those questions, but yeah, I mean, this can be potentially huge, and I'm really excited to see what the fuck happens from this. I mean, they can go anywhere with this.
Yeah, the nice thing is you don't gotta spend extra money. Like, if you already have Netflix, it's coming to you.
Before I changed topics, and I'm kind of like, this gave me an idea from looking at Glinzer's comment where he says live action movie games like Mad Dog McCree. I don't know about that one. I'm gonna check that out though. But that kind of popped the idea in my head. Where do you guys remember how Black Mirror had that interactive thing? I don't know if you guys ever tried that. It was like a game, and basically it was like something you just chose like left or right, up or down, or go to the do this.
Has that with a couple shows. They did that with like a lot of kids shows on Netflix, like Puss in Boots did that.
See, so I wonder if we're gonna see.
Netflix did a choose your own adventure for 2 shows. They did it for Black Mirror, and they did it for Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, where they had kind of like a choose your own adventure episode.
Yeah, and they did that for some of their kid shows too. Like they did that for their Puss in Boots. They did that for a couple other Jones too.
So I wonder if that's gonna like somehow tie in with this like new gaming initiative somehow. You know, if it's like, hey, not only are we bringing games on here, but we're gonna make more interactive content. Because I'm not gonna lie, the Black Mirror thing, was that?
Nothing. I was testing my mic. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The Black Mirror thing wasn't like that fun or crazy, but it was interesting to like a new way to consume media. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like you went through all the possible scenarios to finally figure out, okay, this is how I beat it. So yeah, that's interesting. Just kind of shifting gears to a smaller topic. I want to talk.
I have a car. Nah, dude. I don't see the point when I have a car. When I have an actual car. None of that. Don't you want to feel like you're in a Lamborghini? Yeah, motherfucker. I would just hop in a Lambo. I mean, go
Yeah.
you can test drive any car. You can test drive any car. You don't gotta purchase the shit. You can test drive any car. And there are like there are those like foreign, rental, like there are like foreign car rental spots. You know what I mean? Like it's not out of the realm of possibility to do that.
Man, they're gonna have a
Stop the
picture of
cap.
Cool Hand at every foreign car store. Be like, please do not let this man test drive our cars.
I am so sorry. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the audio. Guys, can you say something?
You $2 ass budget motherfucker.
See,
Holy
it's
shit.
not
Get
even your
together.
audio. It's my audio for some reason. It just
That's
keeps
what I'm
resetting. Damn. Oh man, a lot of info you guys probably didn't hear me say. Damn it, I gotta get this audio under control. Basically, I was saying
You hardwired, right?
I'm
You got a
hardwired.
hardwired connection?
Yeah. No, like my mic was just down. I was pretty much saying FANATECH. They've been around since 1997. They're partnering with Gran Turismo. They're going to be releasing haptic feedback, racing steering wheels, and other accessories. I was just saying how this is going to be really interesting to see what they come out with. The partnership was announced today, but I'm sure we're going to see something closer to launch of Gran Turismo. I was saying, since I have a gaming room now, this would be something really dope. And as you heard, Cool Hand Cruise is a big car sim hater, which I get. Listen, not every car sims are for certain people. It's a niche genre, so that's why when I hear guys capping for Forza, I'm like, yo, like 10% of your player base plays that, maybe 15, but it's not a system seller. Which neither is Gran Turismo, but I will say it's one of Sony's highest sold games series of all time. Like literally one of their most successful franchises. So I'm excited to see what comes of this. And also, if you don't like car games, just hop in a Lambo, like Cool Hand says. You know what I'm saying? Go to your local exotic sports car dealer and just hop in a Lambo. It's
You know what I mean. You know exactly what I'm talking about with that. It's possible. It's not impossible.
Nah, give me this VR2 Fanatec steering wheel with rumble and a fucking nice ass like racing gaming seat. Talk to me nice, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So let's move on to another little topic. Our beloved Ghostwire Tokyo is being delayed till early 2022. But it's okay because we got plenty to eat on this side. But it does kind of suck. This is one of the games that I'm really looking forward to. And my audio is working, so I made sure. Yeah, this kind of sucks. It was recently reported that this is going to 100% going to be a 1-year timed exclusive with PlayStation. So, yeah, we'll look out for it early 2022. Is this on any of you guys' radar?
Yeah, this was definitely already on my. I added one of these games to my wish list. So this and this all obviously Deathloop, which is which was delayed earlier. I'm not surprised. Get the bugs out when it comes out. Hopefully, we don't run into any kind of, mishaps with the game like we did with Outriders. That game disappointed me.
Yeah. Oh, that game disappointed you, motherfucker.
At the end, yeah, like all that fucking.
That's some funny shit. That's some funny shit.
Yo, those week ones, those week one bugs ended up being like a month.
Well, one thing y'all will know about me listening to the show, I never buy into the hype. Never buy into the hype. Got to see it. If the more popular a game is, the more skeptical I am of it, honestly. But yeah. But anyways, Ghostwire Tokyo 2022. 2022. Yeah, Captain Crunch. I love Tango Studios too, man. That's what I'm saying. This looks very interesting.
I don't know. What do you think, $?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I got my uncle The Evil Within for Christmas one year, and he loves that game. He says and it's just like it's a really fun, scary game. So I mean, I heard they can do good things. The gameplay footage looks really cool. It seems like there's like these evil spirits, and you have like these elemental powers that you do with your hands. Like you can do wind attacks, fire attacks, water attacks. Just like the combo where you're like doing all these like summoning things. It just looks so cool. And
Yeah.
also like you're just running around Tokyo, and I want to go to Tokyo someday.
And keep in mind, Tango Gameworks is Microsoft's only Japanese dev. They are founded in Tokyo, so and it's crazy because that's one of their best looking games developed by now Microsoft Studios. But yeah, sucks. We'll see it next year, guys. We got a lot of shit to play though in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Just like like after what happened to Cyberpunk, it's like who cares about the backlash of delaying it? Like it's not going to be the same size as the backlash of releasing a broken game. Like like the backlash cannot be that big. So like it doesn't matter if you delay it. Delay it again if you have to.
Yep. All right, so I want to get into this Jim Ryan interview. So what do they call him? Lion Jim, Lion Ryan or some shit?
Jim Lion
Ryan. Jim Lion Ryan.
No, they call him Jimmy Stacks. Jimmy Buckets.
So I want to go over this article with you guys. This is the first time I'm trying this out. Oh, and it works. Perfect. Okay, cool. So so Jim Ryan did an interview with this Chinese news agency, and there's some cool little tidbits we got from this. So he was very focused on saying that he wants PlayStation to just be like the best in class. He's very focused on like how PlayStation games make you feel. As we all know, with all the AAAs that we've been getting, at some point that story's gonna kind of hit you, right? You play God of War, you play Ghost of Tsushima, like you really, or Horizon, like you really feel for the character, right? This is why we love these games, because even though they're like narrative driven, the narratives are so good, and that's why these games are constantly getting ranked so high and performing really well. I'm trying to find this one quote he said where he was talking about essentially how when it comes to the studio acquisitions, he likes to develop a working relationship for a couple years with their studios, with their partners, and then eventually build them up. He was talking in this interview a lot about how some of the small devs he has started off with like 20 people, and then they've grown to 500, and they're all about organically building their studios up and not just dropping a bag on. I'm gonna find the quote here, but he definitely throws some shots at Microsoft. I don't know if you guys got to read this a little bit, but I don't know. Do you guys have any takes on what he was saying? Let me find this quote here.
Yeah, I mean, people have been talking about this for a while. Like, they used this as like a hit piece at one point. Really, when they're like, I think it was like Jason Schreier and Kotaku both, wrote articles about how PlayStation only cares about blockbusters. That they're taking like like the team out in Ben Studios, right? Instead of them making a new IP, they're now Team B for their support team, helping finish games for Naughty Dog, right? Yeah. And this is the cost of it. It's like if you want to make the best games, you need to spend a ton of money. You need to have your best resources working on it, and it takes time. So I think we're gonna.
No, go.
So I think. Yeah, so I think we're gonna, maybe see not as many first party games, but each first party game is gonna be an event. Like,
Exactly.
what are you doing when that game comes out? Like, you're gonna be, waiting until midnight and you're gonna play it all night long, like an Insomniac.
Insomniac. So over here he's talking about working with independent game studios. He's saying these independent teams are usually very small, about 10 to 20 people. Though supporting the studios, we're also incubating game products and establishing relationships with these studios. Perhaps they will be the next generation of AAA game developers. Well, maybe in 5 or 10 years, our relationship with these independent studios will be different. So it's all about cultivating that relationship. It's not about just, it's not about just putting trust in a studio that they don't have a relationship with, Oh man, I need to find this quote where he talks about dropping the bag. I have it elsewhere, so I'll just bring that up because that's going to be easier for me.
Yeah, I mean, and Sony, they're very blunt with their developers.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching the God of War documentary, and when Shuhei showed up, everyone was like nervous as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And he ripped apart the game. Like, when he play tested, a debug build, an early build of God of War, he was like, "Yo, this shit's not up to par." And afterwards, they kept working on it, and we all saw the final product.
Okay, so I have the quote here that I want to read out. So he says, many of our studios grow naturally. These studios were small before and gradually grew from about 20 to 500 people. The professional abilities and skills of these studios have grown naturally. We also acquired a lot of studios. One of the commonalities of these acquired studios is that we have had a working relationship with them for several years before acquisition, which means that we have a deeper understanding of them. We know their operating mode, advantages, development capabilities, and we also know where they need to improve, which makes it easier to merge studios. This process has never been easy, but it's far more better than buying some studios that we know little about. So you already know right there, he just hit the whole, he dropped the bomb. He dropping the bomb, shots fired. So yeah, that was just a little interesting tidbit I wanted to share with you guys. Captain Crunch said, I'd like to see Jim versus Phil, who can out PR speak. Yeah, I mean, they gotta do PR speak, right? We gotta get some type of information, whether we gotta read between the lines a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we got that in the news. I'm not gonna bring up an article or anything, but we saw that Phil Spencer was on the Game Over Greggy. Is that what the podcast is called? $?
Something like that. I don't know if it's Game Over Greggy.
It's with Greg Miller. He was on Greg Miller's Kind of Funny podcast, and essentially he was like kind of bigging up the PlayStation controller, which I remember when I sent this to the group chat. I was like, wait, he already bigged up the PlayStation controller months ago. So this is just another instance of him saying, hey, like, we like what Sony's doing over there with their DualSense, and yeah, he basically opened the door to there being a improvement or new iteration on the Xbox controller.
Yeah, I was wrong. His podcast really is called Game Over Greggy. That's an awful name. But he also has another podcast called Kind of Funny Gamecast, which is like
the one with the blessing. I think that's the one I watch here and there.
Yeah, that's the one that he had Phil Spencer on. It was on Kind of Funny Gamecast, which is kind of like a bigger panel with Nintendo people, Xbox people, PlayStation people.
Yeah. So, do we want a PlayStation Pro controller of some kind? Or is the DualSense good enough? Because I do feel like there would be a market for that, but I think it's not worth it for Sony.
I feel like there's something already in the works, like a haptic Pro controller. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility at this point.
What would be a haptic Pro controller?
I don't know. I mean, maybe just hypersensitive back paddles. I don't fucking know. Like you just give me the Pro. And I don't even think it's going to be an attachment. I think it'll just be built in. I'm not sure.
So you're don't know. I'm saying when you say a haptic pro, are you kind of implying like better haptics or just something with like swappable?
Something with
know,
soft thumbsticks and like just how kind of like the Elite controller is, but just for the PlayStation side with haptic feedback. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility at this point. You know what I mean?
But my thing is, does PlayStation think they need one, or are they just gonna be like, hey, we'll let third party people make the pro controllers if they want to?
Maybe their competitor, their consumers that play competitive style multiplayers.
You're right.
Maybe for, you know what I mean?
And they bought Evo, so having like a fucking pro controller that they can show off at Evo and be like, yeah, like.
Well, we already know Scuff and Sony are working together on the Scuff PS5 controller.
Yeah, there is a market for this shit.
But okay, so kind of going back to what I just said. So do you think that kind of removes the need for PlayStation to do their own pro controller because they have like a working partnership with Scuff, where it's like, hey, you guys do the production, we'll sign off on it, and then go forward from there? Because I see where it makes a little bit more sense for Xbox to have a pro controller because they have the Windows crowd as well, and it's kind of just like another thing to get with an Xbox. Yeah, look, Captain Crunch saying he wants a back button attachment so bad for the DualSense. I use my DS4 with back buttons instead of using the DualSense whenever possible. And it's just not a fan of $200 controllers. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like we got like the back buttons on for the DS4 at the tail end of the PS4 life cycle.
I think like for me, I wouldn't pay $200 for controllers either, but I don't play competitive. You know what I mean? Maybe for I think this would be great for the competitive consumer. You know what I mean? For the people who are in leagues or are trying to get to that kind of level, that echelon. Because they do make a difference.
It makes a difference in casual gaming too. Like it's so nice because a lot of games you have to use the your right joystick to control the camera. And then X is jump, circle is dodge. Imagine like playing Ghost of Tsushima, right? Where there's a lot of action going on. You got enemies all around you, and how convenient it is to just not have to take your finger off the camera and still be able to dodge and attack and stuff. Where you have to. So like it makes every game easier. Like if there's a button you press a lot and you don't want to constantly have to shift your thumb over from the buttons to the joystick or the analog joystick, you just you use the back button.
Yeah, it would be nice to
block. It's just so
block.
convenient.
That's what I'm saying. But that's my whole question is like, are back paddles enough? Because like, I feel like only the hardcore bought the back paddles for the DS4. So I do want to see something on PlayStation.
I bought Scuff.
Yeah,
damn.
I'm not crazy about how the Scuff looks, to be honest. But
what do you mean? You can get the Infinity Pro. There's two. There's a Scuff that looks like a DualShock controller, and there's a Scuff that looks like an Xbox controller for the PS4. You can just buy the one that looks like the PS4 controller.
You said it's called
the Infinity Pro. Yeah.
For PS5 or was that a PS4 thing? Oh,
they're still developing the PS5 one. I'm talking about the PS4 one, yeah.
I'm looking at this right now. Not bad. I mean, okay.
You can get it with either 2 or 4 back paddles.
And it's $140. Yeah, I'm definitely waiting to see what the.
Damn, it's $140 now. When I bought it, it was $200. That's fucked up.
Well, it's starting at $140. But yeah, hopefully we eventually get into that, man. Because
it used to start at $200 because I paid like $220 for mine because I got like extra like grippy grips and some shit.
Damn.
Gotcha, bitch.
They got you for that price. Look, hey, I want to switch gears
it
a little
was like
bit.
3 years ago.
A rumor that I'm really excited about, and apparently there's credence to this rumor, that there's going to be a Bloodborne Endless Nocturne edition for the PS5 and and PC actually. So this would kind of mark Bloodborne's official graduation of PC. which I'd assume this would be something similar to a director's cut. I'm not sure if they went back and made new content, because it's still rumor, but I don't know. I think anything Bloodborne, the fan base is gonna go fucking crazy. And everyone's been asking for Bloodborne 60 frames a second. We know that there's been that guy who's done it. It's possible. He said that he would release the patch or the hack, which I think you can do in like a save file hack, where you can get the game to run at 60 frames. Yeah. So what I'm reading right now is that this is supposed to be announced in November during a state of play, and it's basically a port from a small team at From Software suggesting that it's going to hit 4K 60 on console with an uncapped frame rate on PC with resolutions up to 8K. They stressed that there may be some minor texture upgrades, but this is essentially a port, not a remaster or remake. So, yeah, pretty much what we thought. It just up-res version of Bloodborne. We're not getting anything new with this. And Bloodborne's been teased for the longest time to go to PC. So, yeah, and I'm not mad that Bloodborne's going to PC. Like, it's been, what are we on, 5 years now since that game came out? 4.5, 5 years? No, I thought it was 2016. But yeah, so... I mean, the game already looks good, so this game in 4K 60 is gonna fucking look crazy. Literally. Yeah. Hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Facts. I do want to talk about Ghost of Tsushima. So again, not to put COOLHAND
To master your blade,
you know what I'm saying? I'm
you
gonna
must
let you
first
live.
control
COOLHAND.
your emotions.
I'm gonna let you live.
If that DLC is more than 10 hours, it is worth the money. I still don't believe, though, that we should be paying a tax on an upgraded version for the PS5. Stand by that 100%.
I'm gonna go with what J-Dub said last week. Just think of it as a $30 DLC, brother.
Well, now it is worth the $30 DLC now that it's, what, 15 to 20 hours? Is that what they said?
15
Yeah,
to 20 hours. So,
It's about the size of an act.
So I actually pulled up the actual tester who, made these claims, and yeah, you're looking at it right here. Now, if you guys want to, I would definitely do some Googles if you want to see what the rest of the stuff that he's seeing in this game. But he said that the island of Iki is about the size of the bottom, the first part of Ghost of Tsushima, the Act 1 part of the island, which is
It's
that's
pretty big.
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
fucking big. What? So
How long were you in Act 1?
Oh, I was in Act 1 for. I think I played.
I was like,
Act 1.
Yo, Nova, there's an entire second half of the island.
I did not. I took my time with that game. I don't regret it for a second. But yeah. So again, if you want to see some more stuff, apparently, like just a couple little spoilers. There's new animals.
Yeah, they're saying it's
new
like a new
challenges.
biome. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a more like a jungly island kind of biome, with like pretty flowers and stuff.
He's saying it adds new wildlife such as leopards, squirrels, monkeys. The island is also home to a volcano. For me, the expansion adds roughly 15 to 20 hours of gameplay in general. I stuck to mainly the main quest line and did a little side questing. It was well thought. It was a well thought out plot that kept me attentive to the next turn of events. Story wise, I'll give the DLC a 4.7 out of 5. It was interesting in many ways, better than the main story of the game. And then he goes into the new stuff, which I'll leave out, but as you could assume, new armor sets, new I can't think of the word, new clothes, new cosmetics. So yeah, he goes more into detail about it. Check it out. It's on Reddit if you'd like. Do your Googles.
You mean
But-
armor?
Armor. Oh, I said cosmetics. So yeah, this is cool to see, and this kind of shuts everyone up who is saying that this won't be worth the upgrade. So there you have
I
it.
mean,
It
it's
is.
not cosmetics. It's they actually the armor actually adds abilities and stuff. Like one armor in the game makes you make the your
Wait.
arrows go slow, the slow time.
You serious?
And one of the things they talked about is their armor set that makes you move 25% faster, and not just like moving, like your attack speed,
That's fucking dope.
which is gonna like then if you think about the entire game is balanced toward a specific attack speed.
Yep.
And now the game's gonna be broken when you have this piece of armor because you're gonna be attacking super fast. So I just like that's gonna be like God tier. I can't wait to get that and just like fuck everything up with it.
I didn't want to read too much further into his post because I didn't want to spoil myself, but I hope that they bring something. I mean, I did hear that they were gonna do something with online, and I'm super excited to get back into that because we've been planning for a while to do some type of Ghost of Tsushima like raid stream. I still want to do that. Still think that would be fun. So yeah, it'd be cool to do that when we all have the director's cut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited for this. I know some of you are too. What was that?
I wonder if they upgrade the textures and stuff. I mean, we'll see it side by side. I'm sure Digital Foundry will do that.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna do their magic and make it happen. I'm trying to say, I think I wanted to keep today's show a little bit shorter than usual. I think Sony is skipping Gamescom. So essentially another thing they're dipping out on. We brought up last show how Sony they're not going by the traditional schedule anymore. They're really going off the path and doing their own thing. Like, they're not doing any of the trade shows. They're saying, hey, we're doing our event when we want to fucking do our event. Deal with it if you're not, deal with it, guys. Like, we're giving you all the games. Like, we're gonna fucking fuck E3, fuck Gamescom.
And they're like, Gamescom, E3, you don't look like Jeff Keighley. Nah, fuck that. You ain't Jeff Keighley.
I'm sure this past year has been a good year for Jeff Keighley. So, yeah, I mean, there was that. But I think we went over everything.
Yeah, but EA, Activision are still going to be there though, and Microsoft as well.
Of course they are. But yeah, just overall thoughts about the show. Steam Deck is obviously was a lot of people are going to be talking about for a while. So
Well, hold on. I do have one thing to talk about, and this is.
You came back.
This is an article that. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought I've been talking this whole time. I didn't realize my mic was muted. This was an article posted on IGN earlier today, and it was saying that Microsoft's Xbox Series X DRM shows that it's not serious about game preservation, but despite what Phil Spencer says. and this is by Rishi Alwani for IGN, and this was posted today around 3:52 p.m. and they just updated it. And it's very interesting to see.
I know that's responding to Phil Spencer saying he wants like game preservation or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Or
well, my boss, so they basically dissect the whole thing. So they're saying like Xbox boss Phil Spencer claims that the industry should go more to preserve its history and its games. He made his comments in a recent interview with YouTube channel Kind of Funny. I really wish that as an industry we'd come together and help preserve the history of what gaming is about, so we don't lose the ability to go back, he said. I think about what the Pally Center did for TV. Pally early on saw the TV industry was getting ready to literally throw away the tapes that these old TV shows were on, and he said, "Hey, I want to archive those because at some point somebody will want to go back and watch the Ed Sullivan Show or something, and those things shouldn't be thrown away." As an industry, I would love it if we came together to help preserve the history of what our industry is about, so we don't lose access to some of the things that got us here where we are today. While Phil Spencer's comments are admirable, they seem tone deaf and disingenuous when you consider Xbox Series X and the DRM it's laden with. Xbox Series X games can't be played offline.
like any game. I thought they changed.
According to a video from YouTuber and game developer Modern Vintage Gamer, the Xbox Series X is able to play games without connecting to Microsoft servers. He tried games off disk like Rise of the Tomb Raider as well as Hitman 3. Both refused to work offline. While Microsoft recommends keeping your Xbox Series X as your home console in its settings, it's a solution that is described as a band-aid, as it doesn't seem to work with every game as it should. Native Xbox Series X physical games like Devil May Cry Special Edition works fine. It installed off disk and ran as it should offline. This should, in theory, mean that games that are solely for Xbox Series X should work both offline and online. However, with Microsoft focus on smart delivery, it means that the current crop of Xbox Series X games that run on Xbox One as well are essentially coasters.
Okay, so let me stop you there before you read any more. Yeah, Phil Spencer, there's something called emulators.
Bruh.
You ever heard of that shit? Like, games are pretty much fucking preserved. Like, they sell Chinese consoles that have the first 50 game consoles on there. Like, I mean, I agree with what they're saying in terms of like that DRM, but I mean, it's not like they're not making a focus to do like their enhanced resolution for certain old games. I mean, you could play Conquer on in 4K via Xbox, but again, I don't know. I don't see it as a big deal, dude. Everyone has emulators. You can get the Soulja Boy game console that has like the SNES and Famicom and all those other fucking games on it. So it's like, what are we doing here, Phil? What are we doing?
The article kind of ends with, if Xbox, if Microsoft was serious about game preservation, the Xbox Series S DRM should be removed.
Damn.
And I can agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that, especially because, obviously I don't own an Xbox. None of us own an Xbox here, but the fact that there's games that you can't play offline as well as online, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of wild.
It's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, it's bullshit on Sony's side too. That's why you can buy an old PlayStation, hack it, or not hack it, and just buy the games for it. It's not ideal.
What I've been doing, I've been going on eBay. I got that MGS collection for the PS3.
Oh, fire!
I need to pick that up from my dad's house. That's still over there. But yeah, I mean, you can do it like him. Just buy a PlayStation. You can do it like me. Buy a PlayStation, hack it, download the games. Really, like, game preservation is not. Well, I would say when it comes to newer games, yes. when you're playing all your games on Netflix, on Google, and on Game Pass, you don't own none of that shit, right? You only own it as long as you're paying. Whereas, if you have a PC, you could just get an emulator. Like I told you guys last show, there's a Dreamcast emulator that I downloaded, and if you pay $5, you can play any Dreamcast game in 4K. I can throw it on my CX and play with a controller. So yeah, we're good, Phil. But yeah, guys, great show. Next week,
Man, just
No, go
want to give a quick shout out to Candace Parker, first female WNBA player to be on the cover for the NBA 2K. Man, that's dope. That's fire. Long overdue. She's a baller.
Yeah,
her-
those covers this year are pretty nice. They're like are artistic.
Yes, I love the Luka Doncic cover, and I like the one with what is it? Kareem Magic? Is it Kareem and Magic?
And Durant.
Durant. Yeah. That's sweet. That's sweet. But yeah, shout out to you, Candace Parker, the WNBA's first female to grace the cover, and I think that's a GameStop exclusive.
Damn,
as well,
son,
from what I
where'd you
read.
find this?
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
shout out to you.
So there might be heavy promotion on on Microsoft's side for that, considering that they are now part owners of GameStop or owners of GameStop.
I don't know if they directly made an impact, or I don't know how much Microsoft has a say though. I don't know how much ownership they have, where they have they definitely don't have controlling interest, but I'm sure they got some influence they can throw around here and there.
Yeah.
Black Rain says Big Candace. Shout out to Big Candace. But yes, just to kind of transition, next week we're definitely gonna have a guest on, so be on the lookout for that. Also, yeah, if there's anyone you guys want us to work with, drop in the comments, let us know on Twitter. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be playing, man?
Yeah.
And what are you streaming
Where we
tomorrow?
got
Hold
Soulja
on.
Boy.
What are you streaming tomorrow, COOLHAND? I'm putting you on the motherfucking hot seat.
You know what? I'm gonna stream. I do want to just kind of bounce around. My stream will probably be a little unorganized, man, but I do want to bounce around a couple games. I want to play. I'm gonna wait for the hype to die down on Ratchet and Clank, so I'm just gonna hold off on that. So I'm gonna play a little bit of Plague's Tale because $sign sold me so well on it.
It's so good.
I kind of want to just get my feet wet again with Tomb Raider. That I just kind of with the card for some reason I just been hankering just to play it. I keep seeing it in my library. I got to re-download it, and I need to finish my platinum of Shadow of Mordor because I'm literally at 88% when I beat the game, and I kind of just want to go back and get the whole shit.
Okay. I put $5 that he's not gonna stream tomorrow, but we'll see about that. And hey, if you do,
Whatever.
you collect your $5 at work, man.
Yeah, you have to
saying?
sign one.
$5 credit towards lunch.
Yeah, just find me under the bridge, where all the trolls are.
Find them there. $, what are you playing? What are you doing? Where can they find you?
Yeah. So I just platinum the Plague's Tale, and right now I'm on Game Pass. I'm about to play some Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, and then maybe finally try out Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay.
I'm on my PC. I'm gonna stay on my PC tonight.
He's on his PC shit. I'm going to continue playing Final Fantasy VII Remake because that shit looks fucking amazing in 4K. And if you haven't got it for PS5, you need to get on that. I'm trying to get through it so I can play the Yuffie DLC. Even though I have it already, I kind of want to just play through the game again.
Oh, they have Sunset Overdrive on Game Pass. I might play that instead.
Did you
Insomniac.
get that game yet?
A platform.
Did I get what?
No, I'm talking to Nova. Did you get the platinum for Final Fantasy yet?
No, because I lost all my data.
Beat it, huh? Did you ever really beat it, son?
Yeah, I beat it. I beat it. Went back on hard mode, but hard mode is just you just choose what mission. It's not like a whole hard run.
Don't you max out all your materia to get the platinum? That just seems tedious.
It really is tedious, but yeah, that's one thing about the game. It's hard to max out all your materia, or it's easy to even miss materia. There's some that if you don't do a challenge, I this happened to me where I had to reload my checkpoint because I was doing some puzzle with Aerith, and I didn't see like there was like a fucking materia ball right there, and the game gives you a warning. It's like, you sure you want to go? Because you're missing out right now if you go now. So I had to reset and go back and get that materia. But yeah, amazing game. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna play after that, but even though my backlog is pretty large right now, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, guys, definitely tune in next week. I'll be announcing on Twitter who we're gonna get on as a guest. Probably try to get 2 guests on. We'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, guys,
to update our show from a $2 show to a $10 show.
it's coming. You know,
but we're increasing our budget here and there.
We'll try not to have audio issues next week. You know, it's always fun to have that element of surprise on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy, dollar sign? You know what's crazy, dollar sign? You know how many times he said, "Don't worry, this week we're not going to have any audio issues" to me at work? You know how many times he says that?
He says that every week.
Every week.
Somehow they sneak up. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? They sneak up on you. But yeah, guys.
They're little gremlins at night.
I will take a little bit of blame because I fell asleep right before the show was about to, I woke up right before the show was about to start, and that hindered us from testing out the audio.
Yeah, these guys weren't ready for their job, so it's all good. They'll be ready next week. But yo, guys, it was a blast chilling with y'all. You already know the motherfucking Insomniacs motherfucking podcast. Let's get it. We'll catch y'all next week. So remember, kids,
Don't sleep.